Hey guys, and welcome back. How are you all doing? I genuinely hope you are doing really well. I am finally doing all right, feeling a little bit caught up, above water, not drowning anymore. But I'm baby free this morning, so I figured I would just grab a coffee and chit chat with you guys, a little mom talk, if you will. Some of you guys have asked how I got my milk supply back up, so I'm going to talk about that in a little bit, and then just a little life update, you know. Hopefully you guys don't mind that I'm in the car. I just know if I walk into my house, my brain is going to go haywire and be like, dishes, laundry, this, that, the other. And I just kind of want to relax and talk with you guys. I just realized I should probably move Mr. Sloth back here because he's going to stare at you guys the whole time. All right, that is much better. So over the past month, I've really just been trying to figure out how to be a stay-at-home mom, take care of William, and still work from home, and how that schedule is gonna look like, and all of that. And we've made some progress. I'm caught up finally. We have also been sleep training. That has been a roller coaster and a process, an emotional one and a tiring one. I actually am gonna have all of that documented and up for you in the next video or two. I think I'm doing 2 separate videos on it. So stay tuned for that. But now that he is, you know, on the track to being sleep trained, I'm hoping that working is just going to be a lot easier and I won't have to stay up so late. There was a week I was up till 1 almost every night just trying to get some work done because during the day I got nothing done. But we were sleep training. Oh, I'm actually curious, does anyone dream feed? Because William normally wakes up around 1:30 to nurse, and I was going to bed around that time. So a couple of nights, I'm like, if I lay down, he's gonna wake up the minute I fall asleep. So instead, I just picked him up slowly out of his bassinet, quietly changed his diaper, and then I sat down and I nursed him, and he never once opened his eyes. He just had an entire full feeding, and I put him back down, and it worked perfectly. I don't think I'm gonna like set an alarm, you know, and do that every night because I want him to wake up when he's hungry. But I don't know, I thought that was just kind of a cool thing that I honestly didn't even know was a thing. I saw one person mention it and I'm like, let me give it a try, why not? And it worked out so well. So that might be an option for some of you guys. But I actually have a question if any of you guys can help me. So for some reason when I've been breastfeeding, I've been getting nauseous, and I don't know why. I tried to research it and it says that it's common in the first couple weeks of breastfeeding, and I'm like, well, I'm, you know, 3.5 months in and it's never happened to me. I lost my supply, gained my supply back. So it wasn't like during that process. It's just been recently now. So I don't really know what is going on. I was like, maybe I'm hungry. Nope. Maybe I'm full. Nope. Like it happens all day. No matter how hungry, no matter how tired, I just get nauseous when I nurse, and it's not a fun time, but it is what it is at this point. I just didn't know if anyone else has experience with that or what you think it might be. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all of my like life updates for you guys. Oh, other than it's Valentine's Day, happy Valentine's Day. Are you guys doing anything fun? We're literally doing nothing. I just said I do not want to cook, so I think we're just gonna get a pizza and hang out and have a relaxing night. No working, no chores, no nothing, which I feel like these days is so rare, but I forgot I actually got one of those little heart donuts. So that's exciting. I'm usually not a fan of like the strawberry frosting, but it's not bad, I guess. Okay, let's talk milk supply. So if you guys are new here, after, you know, the first week or so of breastfeeding, I've had a pretty decent supply, no issues at all. Now at the 3-month mark, I had a dramatic dip, like super low. And around the 3-month mark is when your milk supply regulates and your body really only makes enough for your baby, like what your baby is using. So I was expecting a little dip, but there were a lot of things that went into me losing my milk supply, and at the time I didn't really understand it, but looking back I can see the full picture. And honestly, I think the #1 reason is that I wasn't really taking care of myself. I was doing a really good job. And then when I started back to work after my maternity leave ended, I just wasn't drinking water and I wasn't eating. Like, Will get home from work and I found myself, oh gosh, I had one like little snack bar the whole day. And when you're breastfeeding, you need calories, you need fluids. And so I've done a lot of work to get all those in these days. That is my #1 tip, is just to make sure you're eating, make sure you're fueling your body so you can produce milk to fuel theirs. And logically it makes so much sense, but I was so tired and so busy, I just wasn't thinking about it. And then I also had a clogged milk duct around this time, which is never a fun time. If you've had one, you know for sure. And I worked it out fairly quickly, but I did, you know, miss emptying my breasts probably 1 or 2 times. So that probably told my body that I don't need to make that milk. And then directly after that, I started photographing weddings again. And weddings sometimes are 12 hours and I can't just go pump in the middle of it. So I was, oh my gosh, guys, you should have seen me. I was literally using my hand pump, driving down the highway in between the ceremony and the reception. Do not pump and drive, people. It's way worse than texting, let me tell you. And skipping nursing sessions is just not a good thing because it works like supply and demand. So if there's no demand, there's gonna be no supply. But I was super lucky and got my hands on one of these Mom Cozy portable hands-free breast pumps, and they actually were kind enough to send this to me, and they literally said just review it on here for you guys, and I could even tell you guys I hate it technically. They never said otherwise. So my honest review is I love it. It has been a lifesaver. I literally will stick this in my bra while I'm driving in between venue locations for my weddings and pump away. I only have one, but I might be purchasing another one just so I don't have to like switch it just because I'm on a time crunch. But honestly, this thing is amazing. I was a little worried it was gonna be like hard to put together and just annoying to clean, but honestly, it's only a couple little parts here. It comes apart like this, and then you have your little valve that comes off as well. But it is so simple. I was not expecting it to be, and it's really quiet. It was actually funny, the other day I was wearing it in my shirt. Will had no idea I was pumping, and he's sitting on the couch next to me and he's just like looking around the room, and I'm like, what's going on? He's like, do you hear a dog snoring really faintly? And I'm like, that's my pump. So you want to know what it sounds like? Apparently, according to Will, it's a dog snoring really faintly. But yeah, it just pops right back on here, and the battery lasts so long. It's honestly ridiculous. I was like, when is this thing gonna die? When is this thing gonna die? But I will say, if you want like a really good pump, like empty your breast as much as you can, I still go with my, you know, big electric pump, my Spectra 2 or whatever. It's that pink one that everyone has. This one works and I get milk and it definitely helps, but it's not going to completely empty me, and that's just my experience. I wanted to let you guys know that, but this has been a lifesaver on the go. I'm actually gonna go run errands after I talk to you guys, and I'm gonna pump. That's why it's in here. And there's a couple different ones on the market, but the Mom Cozy one's definitely more affordable. And then they're also kind enough to send me, as a surprise, I didn't know, this little lactation massager. So it just kind of like vibrates and it helps, you know, encourage letdown, and it comes with this cute little velvet bag. I thought that was cute. So I've used this a couple times, and I've heard that this is really, really good for clogged milk ducts. So if I ever get one again, I'm so happy I have this, because like I said, clogged milk ducts are the absolute worst, but I don't need to talk to you about that. So if you're on the go, if you're in the office, that is an option so you don't miss your nursing sessions. And it's just, it honestly has saved my butt so many times and has caused me just so much relief mentally and physically. But Mom Cozy was kind enough to give me a coupon code for you guys. It's Elena Daily, and it gives you 10% off of their entire website, whatever you guys want to buy. And then if you wanted that little lactation massager, there's a separate code that I'll put on the screen for you guys to get a little bit more off of this as well. And to be honest, I just used my Elena Daily code to buy one of their baby carriers because I've been looking for a new one and it looked really nice. So I'll talk to you guys about that in a future video, I'm sure. But yeah, so eat, drink, don't miss a nursing session. Kind of back to eating enough. I was eating oatmeal, I was drinking oat milk. Oat milk, guys, is the way to go. I thought coconut water was the best, which it is, it does help, but oat milk really, really helped me. I saw my supply jump up. You also want to limit caffeine. What I'm drinking here is actually decaf caramel latte with oat milk actually. I also did some skin to skin time with baby William. You know, you hear about that when babies are really little, but it can still be beneficial up to 3 months. And even though I was past that point, I'm like, it can't hurt. I mean, it's supposed to help your supply and help them latch and all this stuff early on, and I did that early on, so why not continue the process, was my thinking. So, you know, that wasn't on anyone else's list, but I figured I'd mention it. One thing that's on everyone's list to help you, which annoys me, but I must mention it, is get some sleep and, you know, lower that stress level. I know you're doing your best on both those things, but like I said, I had to mention it. Also, power pumping. So I'm sure you've heard of power pumping. That's when you pump for 10 minutes, wait, pump for 10 minutes, wait. And that's just telling your body your baby needs more food. It didn't get enough in that first 10-minute span. Power pumping can take a lot of time and be really tiring, honestly. So what I did instead, well, maybe not instead of power pumping. I would power pump maybe, you know, once a day, but I would also put this in my bra and then nurse William on the other side. So both sides were being used, and I honestly think that is a wonderful, wonderful route, especially if you're trying to save time, because an hour of power pumping, no, it wore me out, guys. It wore me out. And using this really worked for me. You can also use your haka like that as well. Of course, this is going to stimulate it way, way more than just a haka sitting there. But the haka is still going to be a little bit of that suction for you. Also, as you nurse and as you pump, massage. You want to massage all the way from your armpit. There are milk ducts in your armpit. Some women have milk coming out of their armpit. My friend told me that. Freaked me out. Absolutely freaked me out. I don't know. Just thank you that I don't have milk coming out of my armpit. Anyway, there are milk ducts all the way up there. So massage from your armpit all the way down. All of your breast tissue needs to be massaged. One thing I did do, and I still do every single night, is I massage in the shower. The shower is going to heat up, you know, that area and make the milk flow easier. So I would massage in the shower really well with that heat, and then I directly go to pumping or nursing. And that is gonna help just get that flow going, and then if the flow's going and you're emptying out your breasts, it's telling your body, I need more to feed my baby. And ultimately, that's what I did. I just kept on it. It took me about a week to see my supply, you know, get back up to exactly where it was. So if you're watching this video stressed and upset, I was very upset when my supply dipped that low. I was mad at myself, which you shouldn't be, but in the moment you are. And I was feeling guilt that I couldn't feed my baby. You shouldn't feel guilty. You're doing the best you can, but you have to remember a fed baby is best. Fed is best. So we went ahead and bought a couple cans of Booby formula. I don't know if you've heard of them. It was awesome. He was using the Infamil that we just got from the doctor's office, you know, when he was a week old or whatever, when we had a supplement for that short period of time. But I was looking into it and I just wasn't happy with the ingredients and all of that. So we switched over to Booby formula, which is a powder and it's supposed to be modeled after breast milk, you know, as closely as you can. So they're supposed to digest it in a similar way. And we saw such an improvement in his reflux, because if he would ever have formula, he would spit up just immensely. And then now with this formula, it has gone way, way down. I wouldn't say completely gone, but you know, he spits up when he nurses. That's just little William. But yeah, way better with the Booby formula. I'll link that down below for you guys if you're interested in that too. But just hang in there. It takes time, but it's worth it. I'm so glad I pushed through that. Power pumping and, you know, just constantly, I was constantly thinking about it, and it was stressful. But if you're in that boat right now and your supply is low, I am sending all my love to you. Hang in there, mama. Like, just, you got this. You got this. It'll happen. It'll happen eventually. I remember thinking it never would. That is all for today. I will see you guys all next time, and happy Valentine's Day. Bye, guys.